At trial, attorneys present the case to the jury with evidence, often through witness testimony. But evidentiary rules limit witness testimony in many ways. One defendant in a civil case took a novel approach to inform the jury about the contents of medical records, but an appeals court relied on the classic rules of evidence in Kemp versus Balboa. Michael Kemp had epilepsy, which had caused severe seizures since his childhood. As an adult, Kemp was incarcerated in the Central Missouri Correctional Center for a few years. Before his arrival at the prison, the Missouri Department of Corrections diagnosed Kemp's seizure disorder. The prison's medical personnel knew about Kemp's condition and prescribed him medication. Kemp's supply was filled weekly, and he kept his pills in his cell. During Kemp's incarceration, Antonio Balboa worked as a guard. Balboa repeatedly took Kemp's seizure medication and flushed it down the toilet, despite Kemp's and other inmates' pleas for the medication's return. Kemp's seizures became more frequent, resulting in injuries during the seizures, such as Kemp hitting his head from thrashing around. Kemp sued Balboa for violation of his civil rights. At trial, one of the prison nurses, Vicki Manis, testified that Kemp didn't pick up his medication 7 times. Manis told the jury that she reviewed the parts of Kemp's prison medical records about dispensing medication. Kemp objected to admitting his medical records into evidence because Balboa didn't follow the rules about exchanging exhibits before trial. The records weren't allowed in evidence, but the judge let Manis read from Kemp's records to refresh her memory. Kemp repeatedly objected. Kemp wanted the judge to instruct the jury that Manis wasn't testifying based on her memory, but the judge refused. When Kemp cross-examined Manis, she admitted that she only knew that Kemp didn't pick up his medication because she read his records. Manis didn't create those records, and she didn't work on the days she said that Kemp didn't pick up his medication. Kemp asked the judge to strike Manis's testimony, but the judge refused. The jury found that Balboa's confiscation of Kemp's medication amounted to deliberate indifference to serious medical needs, a violation of the Eighth Amendment's prohibition on cruel and unusual punishment. The jury awarded Kemp $2, one for nominal damages and one for punitive damages, but no money to compensate Kemp for any actual injuries. Kemp wanted a new trial on his actual damages, but his motion was denied. Kemp appealed the denial of his motion for a new trial to the Eighth Circuit, arguing that the improper admission of Manis's testimony affected the jury's award.